Peter Obi, Atiku's spokespersons, guilty of denigrating Tinubu, Fani Kayode. Hello everyone, thank you for joining us once again on the channel that brings you nothing but authentic and verified news happenings around the country. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the time of day we may be reaching you. We'd like to say a very big welcome to you all. Now, if you're joining us for the very first time, please do well to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Now, to all of our existing subscribers, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up on our posts as they come your way. Thank you, and God bless you. Now, on today's report, Fani Kayode, the former Minister of Aviation, and a member of the All Progressives Congress Presidential Campaign Council, has said that the spokespersons of Peter Obi of the Labour Party and Atiku Abubakar of the PDP are guilty of denigrating and demarketing its principal, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now, Fani Kayode, he's saying that so far, spokespersons of the opposition parties have actually taken it as a point of call to always demarket Tinubu, and on even live television shows, and various reporters just sit back and not even stop them, and they just sit back and watch the mockery continue. Now, if we look at it truly, none of the parties are actually not guilty of this. Or we've seen that so far, the APC, the PDP, and the Labour Party, most of the times, they've actually not been so focused on issue-based campaigns, even as INEC speculated that they should be. But instead, we've seen a lot of demarketing, a lot of name-calling, a lot of mockery of the opposition parties and its principals. Well, we see that Fani Kayode now is crying out and saying that these people, actually, all they just do is just to demarket its principal. Well, your principal too is also guilty of it. He has also called out the PDP on various occasions. He has also demarketed and called them names too. Well, let's go into the details and let's see what Fani Kayode has to say. Now, a former Minister of Aviation and the member of the All Progressives Congress, APC's Presidential Campaign Council, Fani Kayode, has said that the spokespersons of the Peter Obi, Abubakar Atiku's presidential campaigns were guilty of degenerating Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now, Fani Kayode stated this in a series of tweets via his verified Twitter handle on Thursday. His words: "A few days earlier, I heard another Obi spokesman on yet another channel's television program referring to him as Nebuchadnezzar, a monkey, and Satan. The thing that appalled me the most was that in both interviews, the moderators allowed him to keep making the point and mocking our candidates. They all appeared to be enjoying themselves and having a good laugh. This has become the norm on virtually all the television stations in Nigeria today, where insulting and denigrating Asiwaju has been turned into a public bloodsport and favorite pastime. In this respect, the prize goes to the television who can barely disguise their utter disdain and hatred for our candidates." He stated further, like Obi's men, the PDP, their spokesman, and their leaders are also guilty of this attempt to slur and say some of the most outrageous things about our candidate and his health on national television as well. Up until now, I have been quite gentle and I have kept the peace by refraining from targeting the respective opposition candidates on national television. However, let me serve them notice that it is my intention to respond to them fire for fire as from today on. Every social media platform, every newspaper, and every television and radio station that they seek to disparage our candidate and leader. The truth is that all of the filthy maggots that crawled out of the political sewer in the last 62 years, the most fickle, ignorant, naive, gullible, rude, fraudulent, crooked, fascistic, disrespectful, vain, uncaught, and who and what Obi and Dati really are, he said. Well, that is it on the details of today's report. And we can see that Femi Fani-Kayode has come to say that the spokesperson of the Obi Dati campaign and even some of the spokespersons of the Abubakar Okowa campaign find pleasure in actually disparaging and demarketing their principal officer, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And Femi Fani-Kayode is now saying that from henceforth, he is going to actually give everyone fire for fire. That as much as the people that would come out to openly insult and mock Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu on whatever social media platform, television and radio stations, he is going to reply them fire for fire. And we can see that this thing is not just restricted to one party alone. Even in today's report, you can see Femi Fani-Kayode calling Obi and that's really, really terrible names. Like he says, they're fraudulent, they're crooks, they're disrespectful, vain, and all of that. And even it baffles me that even after signing the peace accord, even after all of the pleas by INEC that they should do issue-based campaigns, we see that they still enjoy name calling and looking for every opportunity to demarcate one opposition party candidate or the other. And they're forgetting to actually tell us what they can do, what their principal has in stock, the plans that these various parties actually have for us as Nigerians. Now they have actually forgotten that part of it, and they now choose to do more of name callings, more of mockeries and all of that. And there is no more telling us what they would do for us if we as Nigerians elect them into power. We see now that Femi Fani-Kayode is out here crying and saying that all they do is disparage its principal, and all they do on Nash is to talk about his health and all of that. Well, we've seen it that this year's campaign is all about that, and it seems that the way they've chosen to go about it. Well, we're going to take one or two comments. Well, we trust Nigerians to actually comment. We'd like to hear your thoughts too. We'd like to hear your opinions. What do you think? Please drop your comments in the comment section. Now, this one says, you have just mentioned all the titles you actually acquired in your years of political prostitution. So from now on, I'll be adding them one after the other to your names while addressing you. A man who can't keep a home is trying to play hero to the public. Now, this person is actually now firing back at FFK and saying that all of the names he actually called the Obi Dati campaign is actually all the titles he has actually acquired in his years of political prostitution. Well, that's all we can take on the details of today's report. Until we come your way next time with more recent happenings around the country, do well to stay safe. Bye-bye.